Now, along with my 5-book Alaska history series and the curriculum that goes with it, I also took advantage of something that was in the public domain to continue the Alaska history learning process. One of those projects was The Call of the Wild by Jack London. I just loved this story growing up. So I was able to recreate his story. I didn't change his wording or anything. It's his story, and I wanted to write a nice biography about him. And as I was researching his life, I found about a dozen more short stories he wrote about Alaska and the gold rush time period. So I included those in the back of the book, and then wrote a nice biography about him. So the Call of the Wild and Other Northland Stories is available for $19.95. And again, I went through some photographs at museums and libraries and included several historical photos to help move the story along. And then I created also a curriculum to go with it. So if you'd like to continue, like I said, the theme of Alaska studies, you have a student workbook and a teacher guide to continue that through the literature. You can do it with literature. And then I also did the same thing with Robert Service's The Spell of the Yukon for anyone interested in learning poetry. So Robert Service, of course, during that Klondike Gold Rush era was known as the Bard of the Yukon. And he has some very famous poems like The Shooting of Dan McGrew and The Cremation of Sam McGee, which are all included in this as a replica of his very first book. And then I wrote a nice biography about him in the back of the book. The curriculum features how to create poems. So we give you instructions on various mechanisms you can use, and you can create your own poems as you're understanding his poetry as well. So that's a lot of fun too, and we have a workbook and a teacher guide for this one as well.